going to need a bigger boat.
And with another famous, well, with a more famous movie quotation than Army of Darkness from episode 1, we have a quote from Jaws beginning episode 2 of Blood. This is installment 10 of the Blood walkthrough, recorded Saturday, August 22nd, 2009. This boat's obviously not faring too well with all the icebergs and such around. Oh, our first cultist. Now this is being played on an easier difficulty level than the previous installment, one called Pink on the Inside. All the difficulty levels are named after various donenesses of meat. I've got the I key, but I want to wander a bit, show you around the place. I'm not sure why, but they decided to do this with, make it the HMS Victor. I don't know if that has any historical significance. The HMS Victory was the ship that Nelson famously fought and died on in the Battle of Trafalgar, but that, to my knowledge, that boat was never lost. This gives us the diving suit, which will let us go underwater and not have to worry about air for a while anyway. But as nice as that might be, it's not really necessary at this point. There's some secret stuff down there, but nothing desperately needed. Let's introduce ourselves to a new weapon for episode 2, the spray can. I'll bet you can't guess what it does. Oh, and a new enemy, spiders. Spider, no! Eat it. And he did. Ordinarily, I would not condone that sort of behavior towards a spider, but these are evil spiders. I think there's still more guys out there, so I'll show you the alt fire on the spray can. You can basically use it like dynamite. Oh. Or not. It doesn't, that explosion does less damage than dynamite, but it sets stuff on fire. Delicious. Now that we're back in early levels, things actually look like what they're supposed to look like again. Ooh, jerky fish. That's another new enemy, the baby fish man, or whatever you want to call him.
I need a key.
Alright, off to find the fire key. There was some... Oh yeah, the door closes when you grab the key. I was asked about the cultists' language. Eek. There you go. According to a couple different fan sites, the cultists speak a combination of Latin and Sanskrit, which is pretty bizarre, but definitely in keeping with the spooky feel that they're trying to go for in the story. Oh, well, now that we have the fire key, we should be able to get back around underneath the boat. And Now down in the hold of the boat, we find a bunch of evil fish. Take it, evil fish. Stab you in your face. Alright. We have the skull key. Some ammo for a napalm launcher we don't have. Although, is that napalm launcher? Okay, no. I was gonna say, I didn't think that the spray can and the napalm launcher would share ammunition. I wanted to double check. Alright. So we have the skull key now, but there's also a lot of loot over here, so we will grab loot. Oh, and remote detonators. Duke Nukem's pipe bombs were definitely the precursor for the remote detonators. And I just love remote explosives of any kind. And some proximity detonators, which were included in some of the traps that we had to negotiate at the end of the last episode, but they never actually gave us any of our own to use. Alright. So we now have all the keys. We've been to the captain's quarters and all throughout the HMS Victor. Now it's time to head off for the next episode. But instead of the ship taking us somewhere, by trying to move it, we jar loose a hole in the iceberg behind us. And then take another swim. Which, I guess it's good for Caleb that he's undead already, otherwise this would probably be really, really cold. Again, we come to another room where the bad guys will not activate until you get out of the water. Nope. I don't know why. You can only. It seems like I can only ever get out when I go this way. Maybe not even that way. Oh crap! Oh well, that worked out. They're a lot faster in the water than they are on land. On land, they just sort of shamble. In water, they're really fast, and they will bite you, and it's unpleasant. But you'll get a chance to see that in the later levels in this episode. For now, we'll call this installment done, and see you next time.